Picture a store associate leaving work with a company tablet or a warehouse worker connecting to an unauthorized network while handling sensitive information. In retail, mobile devices are everywhere, and without safeguards, they pose serious risks. With so many configuration options to lock down your devices, managing these devices can feel overwhelming for IT administrators. That's why the new lockdown experience in SOTI MobiControl is designed to make things simple. It helps you focus on your workers and their real-world use cases, guiding you through an intuitive setup that enforces role-based access and adapts instantly to changing conditions. Hi, I'm Joel, and in this video, we'll walk through how to configure lockdown using SOTI MobiControl's new Lockdown Guide with real-world use cases that show how to build a personalized, secure experience no matter which industry you're in. Imagine you're the IT administrator for a large retail organization. You have various teams such as store managers, associates, warehouse workers, and drivers. These teams depend on shared Android devices every day, and you need to keep them secure and tailored to each role without slowing anyone down. SOTI MobiControl's lockdown makes that possible by adapting to real-world conditions and enforcing role-based access automatically. Now, let's walk through the steps to configure lockdown to achieve this. First, open SOTI MobiControl and navigate to the Profiles section. Click on Add Profile to create a new one. Select Android as your platform and choose Work Managed as your device type. Give your profile a clear name and add a brief description so that your team understands its purpose. Go to the Configurations tab and proceed to the Restrictions section. Select Lockdown to access the new Lockdown setup, which features a wizard-like interface that guides you through each step. To begin configuring Lockdown, click Start. First, decide whether you want Lockdown to activate automatically when your device starts up. If you select Yes, the device will enter lockdown mode at device startup by replacing the native home screen with a custom home screen, which restricts access to only approved apps and settings. Next, decide whether users are required to log in before accessing the device. Selecting Yes enables Authenticated Lockdown, which requires users to log in at the start of their shift so only authorized personnel can access the device. When enabled, the device first displays a pre-authentication home screen with a login option. After a successful login, users will see a post-authentication home screen that's personalized for their role. Once you've set that up, you can then enable Conditional Lockdown to control how the device behaves under different conditions when in operation. You will see a list of conditions you can apply. When drivers hit the road, Speed Lockdown steps in to enhance safety by limiting device usage above a specified speed, like 30 kilometers an hour. It's perfect for delivery drivers, ensuring they stay focused on the road while still having access to en route information. Cellular Lockdown safeguards your device by preventing connections to unapproved SIM cards, giving you peace of mind that your network communication is secure. If a device hasn't checked in with MobiControl within a set time frame, the out-of-contact lockdown can be configured to notify users and limit access to certain functions, ensuring accountability and security. Geofence Lockdown restricts device usage outside designated areas, making it a great reminder for store associates and warehouse staff to keep devices within approved locations. Low battery lockdown activates when the battery dips below a critical level, so users don't pick up drained devices during their shifts and can plug it in right away. After selecting the relevant conditions for your operations, you can proceed to design the custom home screens. If you have already created them, you can skip this step. However, if you are starting fresh, select Yes and choose your design method. SOTI Snap provides a visual drag-and-drop interface, making it the easiest way to design branded and intuitive home screens for your workers. If you have very specific requirements that require a code-based designer, you can choose the SOTI MobiControl option. Let's go ahead with SOTI Snap for this demo. When the designer opens, you can start building home screens tailored to each role. For instance, store associates might see apps like point-of-sale apps, inventory lookup, and internal chat. Drivers could have access to a route planner and speed display. Managers may use performance dashboards and reporting tools, while all workers might use a clock-in, clock-out app. Want to dive deeper into designing home screens? Check out our dedicated video on creating lockdown apps with SOTI Snap. It's packed with tips to help you build layouts that fit your workflows perfectly. Before finalizing the lockdown configuration, ensure that your apps are pushed to the devices using app policies in SOTI MobiControl. In this demo, we have designed the home screens using SOTI Snap and published them. SOTI MobiControl automatically retrieves all published lockdown apps from SOTI Snap and displays them here in Lockdown Setup. Each app may have multiple published versions, so you will need to select the desired version from the version dropdown before proceeding. Proceed to select the pre-authentication home screen from the drop-down menu. For identifying the right user group for post-authentication home screens, we need to discuss user identity. Users can come from identity providers such as Microsoft Entra ID or SOTI Identity. For this walkthrough, we'll select SOTI Identity and choose the relevant user groups like store associates, store managers, etc. Now let's customize the lockdown experience for that group. For example, if we're configuring the store associate lockdown experience, we will assign the custom home screen designed for store associates. Along with assigning post-authentication home screens, you can select scripts to execute after user login and logout events. For example, show a message to the user. These scripts help tailor the device experience, enabling customized behavior for each group and for each event. Once you have specified the lockdown experience, the next step is to decide how users will authenticate. This is where Lockdown really shines with advanced options like NFC tags for passwordless authentication, which is particularly useful in environments such as retail stores and warehouses. This will allow SOTI Identity users to log in using NFC tags. Each tag must be linked to a specific user account. Users can simply tap their work badge that has the linked NFC tag to log in, and the system will automatically associate it with the account upon successful authentication. We'll also decide how users will unlock their devices. This can be done through NFC tags, a PIN, or as defined in the authentication payload. Based on your organizational needs, you can choose one of the options and proceed further. Additionally, we'll set up logout rules based on specific time intervals, screen timeouts, or while the device is being cradled. You can also choose whether to retain or clear app data upon logout based on your security requirements. Let's revisit the concept of conditional lockdowns with a bit more nuance. For drivers, you might implement speed lockdown if they exceed the speed limit of 30 kilometers an hour, which restricts usage and only displays the speed to reduce distractions and improve safety. You can secure devices from unauthorized networks using cellular lockdown, or display an alert if the device goes out of contact with MobiControl. If a device exits a designated area, like a store or warehouse, geofence lockdown will switch it to a restricted home screen. Moreover, if the battery level drops below a certain threshold, say 15%, low battery lockdown will activate to prevent shutdowns during critical tasks. If multiple conditions apply, you can decide which custom home screen is prioritized over others. For example, in the warehouse worker profile, You might set battery conditions or out of contact as the highest priority so that those custom home screens replace the native home screen even when other conditional lockdowns are triggered. In the lockdown setup, you will be alerted whenever a home screen design has been updated, making it easy to apply the latest version. Finally, make sure to configure your authentication payload with an administrator password for the same targeted device groups, else lockdown won't apply. Once everything is set, click Save and assign the profile to your devices. Now, let's see it in action. Once we select the device we assign this lockdown to, we log in with the provided credentials or NFC tags for the role, such as store associate or driver. You've successfully configured Authenticated Lockdown and Conditional Lockdowns tailored for your mobile operations. With Lockdown configured, each user gets a secure, role-specific custom home screen that adapts to their operational context instantly when conditions change. And that's how you configure Lockdown with focus using SOTI MobiControl, a powerful context-aware solution that goes far beyond basic restrictions. Whether it's a store associate stepping into their shift, a driver hitting the road, or a manager reviewing performance metrics, each user gets a personalized experience. And when things change, like speeding, low battery, or leaving a geofenced area, Lockdown adapts to keep your operations secure in real time. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest updates or visit SOTI.net to explore more ways to elevate your mobility strategy.